What is a plain? In geography and geology, a type of relief characterized by long and wide expanses of flat land, or with very slight undulations, is known as plains or plains. Plains are abundant on the planetary surface, generally located below 200 meters above sea level. However, it is also possible to find them as part of other systems, such as at the bottom of valleys or at the top of plateaus and highlands. The plains can vary in size from a few hectares to thousands of kilometers and occupy a third of the total surface of our planet, present on all continents except Antarctica. Therefore, they also present an enormous variety of flora and fauna, depending on the hydrological abundance that characterizes the region. The plains are usually sites of great importance for humanity, since the erosive dynamics of wind and water usually deposit large amounts of sediment on them. That is why in general they are fertile and usable for agriculture, or even for livestock, since large herds require long stretches of land to graze and walk. For that reason, they are usually the favorite centers for the development of human cultures, since they do not have topographic accidents that hinder production and transportation tasks. Types of plains. The glacial plains were formed by the passage of ancient glaciers. The plains can be classified according to their geological origin in structural plains. Plains that are the result of tectonic planning and therefore are found in a region little disturbed by accidents and faults. Erosional plains. They were once other types of relief, but they were flattened by the erosive action of wind, water and other natural elements which wear down the rock and produce a plain. Depositional plains. They are formed when the materials eroded by the different forces of nature are positioned and deposited in the same place. This type of plain, in turn, can be alluvial plains, formed by the bed of a river and usually flooded in the rainy seasons. Lava plains, formed by layers of lava product of volcanoes or geological faults, after cooling and hardening. Glacial plains, formed by the natural movements of glaciers. Abyssal plain, the one located at the very bottom of the oceans, in the so-called abyssal region where light does not reach. Plains of America. The American continent has numerous plains, especially in its internal region, both in the north and in the south. As a result of the accumulation of sediments in low-lying or depressed areas, they are extremely fertile and ideal regions for cultivation, such as the Argentine Pampas. In the south of this nation, extending from the Atlantic to the Cordillera de los Andes more or less uninterrupted. The North American Great Plains. Located on a plateau east of the famous Rocky Mountains, covering not only the states of New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, Colorado, Texas, Kansas, Nebraska, Wyoming, Montana, South Dakota, and North Dakota, but also the Canadian provinces from Alberta, Saskatchewan and Manitoba. The tropical savannahs of the Orinoquia. Located in the region surrounding the Orinoco River, in the heart of Venezuela, in the north of South America. The Andean Plateau. Integrated into the Andes mountain range, it is a desert plain shared between Chile and Argentina. Plain and plateau. It is common to find plains on top of plateaus, that is, on plateaus located more than 500 meters above sea level. These are short mountains with a flat top, the product of tectonic forces, and a sustained erosive action that gradually filed down the rock until the plain was achieved. A perfect example of this is the Tibetan Plateau, part of the Himalayan mountain system, which is a plain located at an altitude of 4,000 m. Plain and valley. On the other hand, the plains are usually found at the bottom of the valleys, surrounded by mountains and concentrating the fall of water and sediments from their peaks. These types of plains are usually the most fertile and often populated, and can be found at a variable height, depending on the relief. An example of this case is the Fljótsdalur Valley, in eastern Iceland, with very little relief and abundant hydrological presence.